Hi, my name is Tim Palletizer with ONExia, coming to you from EXPO International in Chicago, Illinois, and I'm going to show you our PalletizHD software. To get started, I'm going to walk you through the basic introduction screen here, which is shown to any operator that would be working on a manufacturing floor. Currently, we are completely unlocked to full access, but this can be adjusted based off of user ability. So to get started, I'm going to show you how to generate a new pallet configuration. We're going to step up to the machine here. It's a touch screen. You never need to touch the controller that is attached. That is there purely for the purpose of the robot itself. So to get started, I'm going to hit our new pallet configuration here. As you can see, I've been doing demos all day. There's a lot of new pallets that are ready to go. But to get started in creating a new one, press your plus, and then we're going to edit the pallet. To start, you can go ahead and give your pallet a name. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time. But then the next thing that you would be doing is putting in your box dimensions. So your weight, width, length, height, and then along with the pallet width, pallet length. And we also offer a box edge gap in the event that you're worried that your boxes might not be completely uniform or your pallet configuration requires it. We also offer the ability to go ahead and create a reference edge, which would be if there's a label coming down the conveyor that you want to be pointed out at all times for shipping purposes or just to be visual when you get your product out the door. We also offer the ability to do a dual pick in the event that you want to pick two boxes at one time using the 38-pound payload. Once those parameters are put in, it's time to create your pallet configuration. To get started, to create your first layer, press the plus screen, hit edit layer, and your boxes are on the screen ready to go. All you got to do is drag and drop them into place. I'm not going to do an entire layer for the sake of time, but you get the point of it. There's no programming, nothing like that, and then at all times you're keeping that reference edge out if you want your layer to go. Once you've completed your entire layer, you're able to center it left and right, and then center it up and down to assure that the robot's going to place a good, consistent, tight pallet configuration. Once you've created that first layer, at that point, it's now time to just copy and build your second layer. Each layer can be customized, so you can create a new one, which would be blank, or go up and copy and paste those layers down to go ahead and create your custom pallet configuration. The last step in building this pallet is we have to teach certain points because we're not using any integrated vision. So the only points that need to be taught are your nesting position, which is where the robot is going to be picking the box from, which would be in the back, which will be off of your in-feed conveyor. After that position is taught, the next position and only other position that is needed is going to be the first place position on one of the pallets. Once that position is taught, which would be this one right down here, you would then come over, hit that button where that position is taught, and then you're able to mirror it on the other side. The last step would be to press save, go back home, and all of your pallet configurations are there ready to go on the fly and can be adjusted as production changes within the line.